It's different. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga. Had me call a Brook and Rumble. Had them grimy niggas run up in your house, nigga. Cannon all up in your mouth. Ugh. Rick James on your couch. Whoa. Cheddar bang with the cloud. Oh, Barry Blue with the account. Oh, only losers talking down, but looking up to me when I come around. That's why I got the crown. These dudes ain't ill, rapping they frail, nigga. That shit I can't feel like in the skill. I'm sleeping on rappers like Bill after the pill, yeah. Fuck is on your mind, boy. Came back to put you niggas back in line, boy. Get a good looking niggas on your side, boy. Oh, bitch, niggas, whole click a bunch of tomboys. God, Staten Island, yeah, it's mine, boy. I ain't trying, I just do it on the side, swear to God. How y'all in the booth all day and still playing catch up? You ain't even got a job. Defeat these niggas in my leisure. Beastin', rest in peace when I'm on that feature. Beastin', he's rapping, the Mac, I let feed him. Niggas G'ing him if they saying they seeing him. See me and my niggas one of a kind. Probably why everybody be so mad at us all the time. I ain't aiming at nothing, I'm just detonating the bomb. It's a brand new line since we messing with niggas' mind.
Fuck around and have a Billy in a Pico. Just a Rigo for a grip. Leave a nigga stitch on the lead low. To me, you niggas is rooted the loom. They keep it brief though. We on leave a nigga reformed. I ain't meek though. See all of my niggas riding in the streets though. None of us ain't doing Willie. Start up on you like a hilly. I'm up in the semi, no bluff. It'll lift a nigga up. Try to tell the niggas that I be the one with the wave. Got a little shorty with the pose. In the stage, all my niggas black and with the white. A bunch of renegades. You ain't with the action on my life. You niggas just a rage. You ain't gotta act them with the shits, nigga. Messing with the flow, cause about how I flip, nigga. Stepping up the medication, get a dish, nigga. Barry with the bat, just hit me when you need a hit, nigga. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dark, you don't wanna see the spark. Pop a nigga, let us see the twirl. You can have the Allen, nigga, I'ma need the word. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dark, you don't wanna see the spark. Still gon' do it, give a fuck about who do it first. You can have the Allen, I'ma need the universe.
I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga.
Me and my niggas one of a kind. Greatest of all time. I create the wave. These niggas riding around it.
Boom shakalaka. We live. Boom shakalaka. Yeah. Boom shakalaka. We live. You feel me? Who run the city? Next person that's who run the city. T-Time, Big Fan, Breezy. We in the building. You already know the rivalry. Shout out to the people that's already in the building. If you're in the building, shout at us. You know what I mean? I know we're a little bit early today. The Knicks
I let them know though. I let them know.
Yeah, the Knicks play the Heat tonight. Know what I mean?
We play them tomorrow.
So we trying to get out of the way of the game. Not stand in the way of the fans really watching what they want to watch, which is the Knicks. You feel me? Fluky in the building. What's going on, good brother?
Shout out to Fluke. That's I ain't gonna hold you. That song is dope.
For everybody watching, Fluky, that's the guy song that we played in the beginning in the intro. You heard? You know what I mean? And that's my brother from another mother. You know what I mean? But we here. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you want to start. You know what I mean?
But no, we can start with the intro. First off, I hope y'all like the intro. Well, it's just our picture, but it's better than what it was.
This is Big Fan Breezy first time seeing it. You feel me? I kind of surprised him with that today.
That was hard. That was hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with that.
That was crazy.
Pause. But I said that to say but again, shout to y'all because shout to Joey Parker. It's his birthday today. And we started this brand on Reflex Radio. And so shout to Mama Parker, because if Joey was never born, we could never start the brand on the podcast. I mean, he probably started the brand, but not on the podcast. So shout to Reflex Radio and shout to Joe Parker. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Well, happy birthday to my bro. You already know the vibes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, like you said, I was saying that before you, I was telling them that we're going to probably always do this now. Since we not on the Reflex Radio schedule, that we probably always, anytime there's a game on a Friday night, we'll try to work around the game, opposed to conflicting schedule wise with the game. So
because we know y'all fans and y'all want to watch your team play, and I don't want to conflict you with having to choose whether to watch who run the city or your favorite sports team play. Because we know, even though we do be live, we used to be live during the games, you had a lot of dedicated fans splitting their time between the both. You know what I mean?
Nah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so let's get into some actual sports, man. What's up?
Well, we play Miami tomorrow. Y'all play tonight. Let's start with that.
Oh, you don't want to start with your game last night? No?
Well, we could start with our game last night. We could. Well, what I will say is yesterday is we really wanted that game. That was a game that we let slip away. I feel like we did that because me personally, I want Nash to be more confident in the lineups. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got two lineups that he could work with, and specifically pair Drummond with Claxton, so that way Seth Curry could run a pick and roll with either or Drummond or Claxton, and put in that lineup. That's the more defensive lineup with Drummond and Claxton, and our offensive lineup could be Aldridge and Sharp, and that's what I want in the first quarter. Again, from the first time we lost bad to the Boston Celtics, we lost the first quarter again, and I wanted us to win the first quarter, but we lost it. They beat us by 10 points in the first quarter, and, we never came back. I don't think we ever tied the game after they took the lead, and we never had the lead. We never tied it or took the lead after that. So, again, winning the first quarter is essential in basketball, especially in this last stretch. You know what I'm saying? So a stretch of games going into the postseason. And winning the first quarter is essential. And I need Nash. I want to see Nash make the necessary adjustments where we win the first quarter and not play from behind. Let's control the pace, control the tempo, and, try to make teams, try to protect the lead opposed to always trying to catch up. And I mean, I did a whole vlog on it last night. You know what I mean? I don't want to be long winded because it's both of us. And trust me, man, I've heard enough from last night's game. I've endured enough pain. We really wanted to win that game. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like Nash focused too much on the backcourt with the offense. Cam Thomas, Patty Mills was cold. So what? We lose the game because of that? Nah, you supposed to put Nick Claxton Sharp in the game because they showed you that they earned their minutes. They were very effective in the minutes that they played. Red hot for Claxton maybe 5-10 games ago, and then he gets sacked because of an injury, and then he doesn't come back. Yo, all of this ramping up. Listen, y'all want the Nets is ramping up, left, down, and right, man. We need to get these players on the court and playing basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So
word.
Yeah, so I didn't see the game. I caught some highlights. I'll tell you that much. I caught the highlight of your man Andre Drummond's getting baptized in the waters of Lake Minnetonka by Jason Tatum. Ooh, that was nasty. The commentator said that's a man's jam when he dumped on your guy. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. Ooh, I did one of these. You know when you see some fire on the basketball court and you squinch up your body. Ooh, yeah, that's what I did. Watching your man Andre Drummond get baptized in the waters of Lake Minnetonka by your man Jason Tatum. Also took a lot of joy to watching Cam Thomas, the guy that you talk about so highly, and he's ready go 4 for 13.
Ooh. Yeah, he was cold. He was cold, but I don't blame Cam Thomas. I blame Steve Nash, man. I don't.
Well, listen, I'm not saying anything that you said was wrong. I'm not refuting none of that stuff. You feel me? Because you're right. I have the same similar issues with my coach when it comes to not, playing the right guys. Especially when guys are being cold. You feel me? I have the same issues. But Boston is playing really good basketball, bro. You feel me? And it's not like y'all got washed up. You got washed up pretty bad, right? But it's not like y'all got washed up by scrubs. give y'all, and I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt too, even though I never use this as excuses of my own. You know, y'all still not playing with your full team. You know, like y'all not playing with none of your best players. Like
none of them.
So
actually, all the players are all role players. that
this is a fact.
Essentially, when you describe the players, whether they're the star, what position they are on the team, essentially looking at who played, like all of them are considered role players.
Ooh, Patty was 0 for 9.
but let's stay there because those are my reservations with Steve Nash. My reservations with Steve Nash is he shouldn't be 0 for 9 because once he's cold, you got to tell him to stop shooting. And my thing is, I understand you got to let a shooter shoot his way out the slump. But okay, Nash, even if you pass with Patty Mills, what about James Johnson? Why is he shooting 12 shots?
And he was 2 for 12.
No, like he got the second most shot attempts, him tied with Bruce Brown, but Bruce at least hit 5. And I thought Bruce Brown played. I thought he rival.
Actually, James Johnson had the third. He's tied for third most. Cam Thomas had the second most with 13 shot attempts.
With 13, and even that, sit Cam down and play DDJ. Listen, I'm a fan of Cam.
But at the same time, this is what I told you about Cam. You feel me? Like, guaranteed, if he took as many shots he took against the Knicks, he probably would have started to heat up. You feel me? But
no, that's around the same amount. Well, he took
20. No, it's not. He took like 20-something shots. You feel me? Like he would have started to heat up, and that's my thing. And I said that about Cam. Of course, he's gonna have those nights where he's shooting around 50-something%, but it's gonna be more of these nights where he's shooting around 40-something% or lower. You know, if he's not getting 20+ shots a game. You feel me?
Can't have no cookies. No. Jay, you can't have no cookies, man. You just have sex.
Shout out to my guy Jay, man. Shout out to my guy Jay, man. He try to get a snack on. I feel you, bro.
He see me on a podcast, so he figure I'm gonna say yes to everything. Like, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He's a smart kid, man.
I got him though.
Yeah, but that is what I was saying about Cam coming into the season. He's gonna have those games where he's shooting 50-something%, but he's also gonna have a lot of those games where he's having shooting nights like this because he's a volume shooter. You feel me? He needs those 20-something shots a game. You feel me? To consistently give you the numbers that you want. Because more times than not, if he's not getting those shots, you're gonna have those 10 and below games. You feel me? From Cam Thomas.
But that's the thing. And my thing is coaching. Cam Thomas' first shot last night was a 3-pointer. Why? That's not his strength. You must tell you again. This is what I was saying about him in the summer league. You're not supposed to just give him the green light to go in and take his worst percentage shot versus a great defensive team. Keep all of the players at their strengths so they can know their roles and be most effective. Have Cam Thomas attacking the basket for his first basket, a shot attempt. And I say that to say is his strengths are going to the free throw line and making the free throws. He shoots at a high clip. I mean, like 88%. And in February, as far as field goals, he was shooting above 500% in February. It averaged 18 points per game. On the rookie ladder, he's number 12 out of the top. You know what I mean? The top rookies. He's number 12 out of the rookie ladder watch. And he was the number 27th pick. So that means that's 15 spots he jumped from progress from the beginning of the season till now. And I don't know if you could say the same thing about Quentin Grimes and his progress, but Cam Thomas' progress been pretty good. But there has been ups and downs. It's spiky, but I would say it's more good than bad. And I put emphasis on Nash being the mixologist that he is. You got to take this out, put this in. You got to learn how to plug and play and not be loyal to bad performance, and that's how I feel about last night's game.
So first of all, you talking about Quentin Grimes progress. He's progressing pretty good, Playboy. Feel me? Okay. Progressing pretty good. You feel me? Uh, he had that stint when he missed a couple games for because he had a knee injury. Then he had that stint when he missed because of COVID, which kind of set him back twice. But other than that, I'm loving everything I'm seeing from Quentin Grimes. Don't you worry. You feel me? Don't you worry. Because once things start rolling and we actually get a good point guard, you're gonna see that kid blossom. You feel me?
I mean, what happened? What happened to your low risk, low reward Kemba Walker? He ain't even playing. Like,
yeah. So apparently, it's a injury type deal. From the statement, from the statement that Leon Rose released, is saying that it was Kemba's decision to shut it down for the rest of the season.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
That leads and in the very brief statement, it was led me to believe that it's because of health issues for Kemba to rest his body to be coming back next year full strength. You feel me? So yeah, so based on the statement from Leon Rose, that's the conclusion that I'm drawing, and that which is a strong conclusion because he said rest his body to come back strong for next year. So is an injury deal. If anybody's watched Kemba play, you can see that he wasn't right. You feel me? He hasn't been right all season, and speedy recovery to Kemba Walker, man. This is what I was talking about. The low risk was the very low amount of money that we paid to get him, and the high reward was if he was able to be healthy and return to some form of glory. But we didn't get the reward. It was still a low risk. We still only paid him $8 million this year. He get $9 million next year.
Because of him,
bro, we missed the playoffs because of a lot of things. It's not just him. It's a lot of things that went into a lot of the games that we lost. You feel me?
But be honest.
I am being honest, and I'm about to tell you some of the things. Beginning of the season, RJ Barrett got to a very slow start. So did Evan Fournier. That's part of the reason.
You mean the first 10 games? I remember y'all being 5-1. I remember that.
I'm not talking about the first 10. I'm talking about the beginning of the season is more than just the first 10 games, right?
You
so I'm
talking about 41 games,
like maybe like the first quarter of the season, like
first quarter,
first third of the season, somewhere around there.
Okay.
They weren't playing their best basketball, struggling shooting from behind the 3-point range. Then Julius Randle wasn't playing his best basketball. It's a culmination of things. Alec Burke hasn't been playing his best basketball as far as shooting. Derrick Rose getting injured. It's a culmination of things of why we lose. Noel not being healthy for most of the season. There's a culmination of things why we lose. Coach Tommy T's rotation selection. Culmination of things why we lose. Not just Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is a pivotal part of some of the games that we lost, getting 20 minutes per game and not really producing. But to lay the blame solely on him is unfair when there's all those other factors that led into us losing these games,
Right. But I to add to what my argument was, it's a high risk because you had the money to get somebody to really shop a point guard. You had the money. It's not like, okay, so for instance, a low risk, low reward would be Patty Mills. We only paid him whatever. So if he doesn't play great, he's only coming off of the bench, but he's been playing way more than what we're paying him. He's worth way more than what we're paying him. And just like a low risk, high reward. And we got the high reward out of Patty Mills in this situation, is what I will say. It was a low risk, high reward, and we got the high reward. So shout to Patty Mills. He's actually got the most minutes for the Brooklyn Nets for players this season thus far. So, he was somebody we didn't know he would be a piece so essential to us winning as a ball club, but he is. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we won in the offseason and in the trade situation just recent. and I think y'all lost. You know, I think y'all lost in the
So,
offseason.
first of all, you talk about the off season. There wasn't no marquee point guards available this off season like that. Like, you talk about who we could have gotten, the money we have. You can't make people want to show up somewhere. That's just facts, right? So you look at who's available and also who wants to come to New York. That's just two things. So you can't really blame all that on the front office. I think the front office did the best they could with what was available. Bro, who wouldn't take a risk on Kemba Walker, bro? Like, especially for that kind of money. You take most. I think most teams for that kind of money, you'd be like, if you need a point guard and you can have Kemba Walker for $8 million, not knowing what the future was going to hold with him this year, they're going to take that. You know, they're going to take that. The Evan signing, I mean, who knew it took this long for him to start to find his stride? But in the last 10 games, he's averaging like 19 points a game. You feel me? So that's the guy we signed. You feel me? That's the guy we signed. That's the guy we gave that money. He just starting to finally show up. And you mentioned the offseason. There's been a lot of turn.
Cold in the fourth quarter.
You seen the whole you see the whole team cold in the fourth quarter. It's not just him. And that goes with coaching again. He plays Evan the whole third quarter just like Julius Randle most of the time. Short rests is in the fourth quarter. That for a shooter, your legs are important when you're a shooter. If you got tired legs when you're shooting, bro, that's going to affect your shot. And you can see that happen with Evan, especially like you said in the fourth quarter. Shots be hitting the front of the rim, and that's a telltale sign of tired legs when you ain't got enough lift and your shots is banging the front of the rim. And you see that a lot with Evan, and that's mostly because Evan is logging a lot of minutes, especially games that he's hot early. Like, Coach Hammy T does not take him out when he's hot early. Like, he plays damn near the whole first quarter, most of the second quarter. Big Fan Breezy froze. You play most of the first quarter, a lot of the second quarter. You know what I mean? Like, and then he plays large minutes in the third and plays all of the fourth, pretty much. That you're going to get tired. You're going to miss shots. You feel me? And I feel like that happens to a lot of the team, not just Evan. We was talking about the post. I mean, the off season. Another thing that my front office get criticized a lot for is the DeRozan not signing DeMar DeRozan, which I think is ridiculous that they're getting criticized for that, because nobody in the world knew DeMar DeRozan was going to average 28 points a game and be an MVP candidate. Nobody knew that. You feel me? So to say that he averaged 21 points last year, and he averaged 21 points last year, and a knock on his game was his lack of perimeter shooting. Why would the Knicks sign him for another, essentially Julius Randle? Sign another Julius Randle to play next to Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, who has a similar game, like with no perimeter shooting. Nobody knew. Big Fan Breezy, quick yes or no. Did you think DeMar DeRozan was going to average 28 points this season?
28? No, I knew he was going to kill, though.
Nobody knew he was going to play like this, bro.
No, so, I did. I kind of did.
Because
I'm gonna tell you why.
His last 3 seasons in San Antonio was lackluster, bro. Like, there wasn't nothing to write home about. But let me just make this last statement, and then the whole theory of, we should have just signed DeMar DeRozan is ridiculous, because nobody knew he was going to play this kind of basketball, bro. Nobody knew he was going to be this guy this season. And for him, in the level he was playing at the previous season, matched with his skill set, it didn't fit with what the Knicks was trying to do. They needed more perimeter shooting. This is why we signed Evan. That's the case. Yeah.
I thought to add to that, I thought DeMar DeRozan was a bucket. And last season, I was saying, yo, you guys, you need a bucket. You need somebody who's just instant offense. And even though he might not be, like you said, Archer at the 3-point line, I still think it's significant to say that he's a bucket. You know what I mean? Nonetheless. But again, emphasis on the front office because I was, doing my research and I found out, and I'll be this to you prior, Mark Jackson is the leader in assists for a rookie as a Knick player. And when the trade happened, this is the comment that happened. It said, this is the comment that the PR guy from Mark Jackson came out. And my whole point is that you guys had good point guards and did
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying right now, but you froze, Playboy.
I'm froze right now. You can't.
I I can hear you now, but you frozen. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, what I was saying
You
is
yeah.
emphasis on the front office and how they always let go point guards. They let go Mark Jackson. Why? For Charles Smith, I never knew that. The trade for y'all to get Mark Jackson out of the Garden was for Charles Smith. It was a player. It was a 3-team trade. It was Charles Smith was in that trade and somebody else, but Mark Jackson did not want to leave. This is what the PR guy spoke for Mark Jackson and said Mark is obviously disappointed in the sense that he was looking forward to playing with the Knicks this year. It's always a shock when you're traded when a team, for whatever reason, says they don't want to keep you. But having said that, Mark also understands the business of it. It's certainly no disgrace to be traded for 3 players. It took 3 players for Mark Jackson to get traded. That's how good of a Knick he was. And y'all traded him. I don't even understand. And he's joining the young talented group, blah, blah, blah. And then they go on to say that he was a Knick killer after that when he played for the Pacers, beating y'all in the playoffs 3 out of 4 times. So that was music to my ears, you know what I mean? Just to know that y'all traded away a great talent in Mark Jackson and for him to come and do y'all bad in the postseason. It was joy. But
Okay.
now y'all got Kemba out of. So my point is, now y'all got Kemba out of there. Y'all
He's
miss
not
Steph
necessarily
Curry.
out of here.
You know,
He's not necessarily out of here.
but
From
he
again from this from the
not
from the
gonna play.
statement that Leon Rose released that he's resting for next season. You feel me? So because we do still have him for next year. So yeah, he's not
That's
out of here.
safe. That's safe.
And then
But
another disrespectful thing that a lot of people do when they talk about the point guards of the New York Knicks. When they talk about we haven't had a great point guard in 20 something years, I'm like, well, since Mark Jackson, they like to say. Since Mark Jackson, I'm like, well, bro, Stephon Marbury played for the Knicks, and he was balling out as a Knick. The team was trash, but he was balling out as a Knick. Took us to the playoffs, pretty much on his back.
yeah,
We didn't go
that's
far in
Marbury.
the playoffs. Yeah, we didn't
Mhm.
go far in the playoffs, but we got there primarily because of Stephon Marbury. Uh, and when you talk about point guards in New York Knicks point guards, to me, Marbury is a great in my eyes when it comes to
Nah, he
being
great.
a Knick. When it comes to being a Knick, like so that and that situation was handled poorly within itself. Uh, I think him and what's the dude name that used to coach the Sixers when Iverson was there? Brown.
Yeah, Larry Brown.
Larry Brown was bumping heads, and that wasn't really a good fit as far as player and coaching, and they tarnished uh Marbury's reputation, you know,
Mm.
on the way out. But when you talk about point guards in New York Knicks, you always got to keep Marbury in that loop too, because he gave us a lot of good years, man.
No. I respect what Marbury did. He played for the Nets too, and he was nice with us as well. He went to China, became a champion. So
Became a
he's a great
god.
basketball player. Yeah, and he's from Brooklyn. I got nothing but respect for Marbury. Again, my perspective is a troll. I'm trolling to a certain extent, but facts are facts, and you can't ignore that. But again, man, I feel like the front office does have a lot of say. It, like just speaking about the Knicks, that they weren't on the same page with Tommy T. I don't see how he get off saying he didn't want Cam Reddish. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Again,
and on top of that, back to what you said earlier in this podcast,
you know, y'all got to stop listening to these rumors, and there's no relevant, so no reliable source that backs that statement. There's none. That's hearsay. You feel me? To say that Coach Tommy T didn't want that player, and if you even listen to the way Coach Tommy T talks about players, that doesn't even sound like something he would say. Even in behind closed doors, I don't want that guy. Mm-hmm. You know, I think y'all gotta stop listening to Ball Sack Sports. Pause. You feel me? That's like that's a joke
from little Ball Sack. That's a fact.
Look, that's a joke. That's a joke that be going on Twitter. That especially Nick Twitter, when people come with all these outlandish rumors, they be like, "Oh, he got that from Ball Sack Sports." You feel me? Like, yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, bro, because you know y'all be reaching because Coach Tommy T never said that. No reliable source backs that, saying that Coach Tommy T didn't want Cam Reddish.
What I will say is I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't think Tommy T is the coach for the Knicks because he don't play as the kids, and y'all got a bunch of draft picks. So if y'all building y'all organization based on draft picks, and he don't play, he don't play y'all guys, like, so he's not the coach for y'all team.
You know, I'm still on the fire Coach Tommy T train, but at the same time, you know, I'm always going to be in favor of what's actual facts, right? What's actual facts is he is playing a whole lot of young kids. RJ Barrett is 21 years old, bro.
He got no choice to play RJ Barrett.
He could if he wanted, he could have started Alec Burke. Everybody know how much he liked Alec Burke.
Oh, for RJ? Come on, bro.
But what I'm saying is, to say that he don't play the young kids, I'm saying that there's always an alternative. Like RJ Barrett absolutely deserves his spot. You feel me? But I'm saying that you got Quickly coming off the bench. He gets considerable PT. Quentin Grimes earned his way into a major rotation minutes. He's a rookie. You feel me? Like, so in all fairness, there's guys that we want to see play over veterans. Mm-hmm. But to say that he doesn't play his young guys is unfair because he is playing a lot of young guys.
I say he has to. Like, I've listened to Crossover and Knicks and Bruises the other day, and the lady there, I forget her name, but she goes, half of the roster is the young guys. It's like 25 and under is young guys. So he has no choice. He has to play these guys. Me specifically, talking about Deuce, the G League legend. You know, he walk in a room in the G League, everybody stop. They stop and they say, "It is Deuce entering the building. He is a G League legend, not getting no burn with the Knicks. He's very well known in Westchester." They might make a statue of Deuce McBride in Westchester because of how well he's playing for the Knicks for Westchester, not New York, but Westchester. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't understand.
Well, with Kemba Walker being set down for the rest of the season, and Derrick Rose just in pretty much had to getting surgery again.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So he's probably gonna be out for the rest of the season, right? So
yeah,
I think it's Deuce time now. Like you said just a few minutes ago, Coach Tommy T not having a choice. He has no choice now. You feel me? He has no choice.
Nah, you don't.
Because obviously he's going to start Alec Burke at point guard again, which is don't get it. But we're going to see some Deuce. But like I'm saying, like but in summation of this, right? Like of him playing the young kids topic, because I want to talk about Derrick Rose a little bit more after this too. But you got to look at the guys who the young guys who have developed under Coach Tommy T's tutelage. You feel me? Like RJ Barrett, his first season was underwhelming. pretty not underwhelming, I would say. It was among average for like a late first round draft pick, not something you would expect of a top 3 pick. You know, the likes of Ja and Zion in their first seasons, whatever, right? Second year, RJ Barrett took a pretty decent leap in his play, especially in his perimeter shooting. This is where you start seeing his work ethic and start hearing about the late night gym sessions and staying late after games. That all happened under Coach Tommy T's tutelage. Then you look at him before he got injured and the way he was playing. At his last 7 games, he was averaging 21 points a game, almost 6 rebounds and 4 assists. That's under Coach Tommy T's tutelage. That's him developing a young player. You feel me?
Okay.
You look at the way Quickly is starting to develop his playmaking ability and being able to run point guard at the NBA level. He's been struggling with his shooting, but every other asset of his game has been clicking. And that's under Coach Tommy T's tutelage over the last 2 years. Like, you know, I still want Coach Tommy T out of here because I don't believe he's the right coach for this team as it is right now. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Would I like to see, you know, Jericho Sims get more minutes over Taj Gibson? Absolutely. All day in America. You feel me? Even though I love Taj Gibson. Again, shout out to my junior high school 117 alumni. You know what I mean? We went to junior high school to set 117 at the same time. I ain't know him, but we went at the same time. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I would love to see Jericho Sims get more PT over him. I would love to see, you know, now we have no choice. I would love to have seen Deuce get more PT over at the point guard position. I would love Cam Reddish to get some more PT. You feel me? Over Alec Burke at this point. But yeah, I mean, to say he hasn't developed guys is unfair. To pivot to the Derrick Rose thing and him being out for the season, this kind of hurts, man. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts because one of the sore parts for this team was closing out games in the fourth quarter, and we needed Derrick Rose and his help at that point. Like, that's what I was most looking forward to, Derrick Rose coming back, because for 3 quarters this team has been playing recently really good basketball and just can't figure out to close out games, and Derrick Rose would have been a remedy to that. And you know, I just wish him a speedy recovery, man. You know, and also I think it's a bad thing and good thing because the season ain't really going too great. You can rest him for the rest of the year for a push next year to be better. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's up there in age. So all rest is good rest. You know what I mean? At this point. But damn, D Rose, like, you know, and it was such, like, when Coach Tommy T was talking about Derrick Rose in practice and stuff like that, there was a lot of high praise to the way he was playing in practice, and saying that he was going to be ready. To hear that he had to get another surgery is shocking, as well as disappointing.
Yeah. No, listen. I was checking his stats, and what I was trying to do, to be honest, is see. Well, he played 26 games, and I was trying to see your record with and without Rose. Because again, I remember when Tommy T got Rose from Detroit last season, and I said, "Yo, you guys got a chance." And now that y'all don't have him in this last stretch, I don't feel like y'all do. I feel like y'all last chance was with Rose. Like, and again, hence the conversation we had all season about winning or losing clutch games. You know, under 5 minutes. You know, like y'all lost to us. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. That's not the point. We're not talking about the Nets right now. We just focus on missing Derrick Rose, which is actually, regardless, I mean, whether y'all believe it or not, one of my favorite players. So shout out to Derrick Rose. But to add to my point, y'all were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, y'all look like y'all was about a 500 ball club with Rose. You know, it's hard to say right now. It's hard to tally up while I'm talking right now. But y'all were better than y'all was without him. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
So you said that Derrick Rose is our last hope. I absolutely disagree with that. I think RJ Barrett. The last injury report stated that he might not play today. But when he comes back, that's a large help, because RJ Barrett has a clutch gene in himself as well when it comes to fourth quarter basketball. Throughout last season and a few times this season, you see him turn up in the fourth quarter, and I think it's all about, and I think, the fact that we missing both our point guards and Deuce going to start seeing some PT, and he can actually run the point guard. He can actually, and that's what we've been missing in the fourth quarter. Not only Derrick Rose, but just a point guard that knows how to organize the team and get guys shots in the spaces that they need. Though he's a rookie, I watched the kid play. He absolutely knows how to be a point guard. And that's what we've been missing in fourth quarter situations. And now that Coach Tommy T has absolutely no choice but to play the kid, I think we start to see an uptick in that. And I think, the Derrick Rose getting the surgery might have been strategic. Maybe Leon kind of talked to him like, yo, we kind of need Tibbs to play this young boy. Like, so if you got to get this surgery, bro, it's okay. Go get this surgery.
Yeah, well, that seemed like the front office forcing Tommy T's hand more than anything. It don't seem like the coach in the front office is on the same page. Maybe I'm reaching. I see Kev right there say he decided to reach it. Hold on, let me say this real quick. Since we don't have a phone situation right now, at 8:00, if y'all want me and T-Time, if you want T-Time, we could just read comments for a good whatever amount of minutes and then, go all the comments. Or do we, you know what I mean? You with that?
We going
I said after.
Yeah, we're gonna have one. We're gonna have a situation soon where there's a phone situation. I'm just waiting for a piece of equipment to make that happen. And there will be a phone situation soon. And I ain't really stressing the phone situation, but we will have a phone situation soon.
Yeah, we can look at the comments and put it on the thing, and then we could.
Yeah. That worked. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. From the words of Coach Tommy T, he says that he speaks to the World Wide Wes and Leon on a daily basis. So to me, I think they are in tune. I think there is a difference in philosophy as far as what Coach Tommy T believes is going to make us win versus what win now versus what Leon and World Wide Wes is trying to build for the future, right? You could obviously see that World Wide Wes and Leon is trying to build a team that's going to be good for years to come, while Coach Tommy T is trying to win on the court now. And I think it bumps heads at times, the fact that, he's trying to win now might be at a detriment to some of our younger players. But like I stated earlier, there's still a lot of our young players who's getting developed at the same time. So, like, I don't think that there's a big disconnect between them. I just think that what Coach Tommy T is doing and what Leon and World Wide Wes is doing for the future is sometimes bump heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like that Tibbs equates winning now with playing vets. That's not what it is.
I agree.
From what I see, Jericho Sims wants to be on the floor more than Nerlens Noel. I see Nerlens Noel. He don't look like he want to be there, to be honest, in my opinion. Sims,
I would disagree. Noel is injured.
Sims look a little more enthusiastic to be out there. A little more of that fresh, I'm a rookie. I can't believe I play for the Knicks. Him and Deuce. So to see them, it's like shame on the coach. Somebody got to get this shame because it ain't on Deuce and Sims. And I can't speak for Sims in the G League. I don't know his stats. I don't. But
he don't really
making noise, and I ain't even watching.
Sims ain't really been getting sent down to the G League like that. Deuce has. They keep Sims on standby because, like I said, Noel's been injured. You never know what's going to happen with Mitch. And Taj is up there, so you definitely need him close by. God forbid anything happens. But Noel, I wouldn't say that he doesn't want to be here. Yeah, I mean, I will say that he doesn't look like himself. I think his knee injury is more pronounced than we're being led to believe. When I see him on the court, you could definitely see that he doesn't have that same lateral quickness that he had last year. That allowed him to get to so many help blocks. So I think that's where and he can't play more than 2 games without having to miss 10. That goes to tell you right there his health situation. But I do think Jericho Sims need PT. I don't think that Taj should be playing over Jericho Sims. And I love Taj. I think Taj against small ball lineups when it comes to when it comes to if we need him in small ball lineup situation, he could play. You feel me? But when you put him against prototypical centers, he's gonna get washed because he's not a center. He's 6'9", bro. He's 6'9". He's a power forward. They moved him to center because he up until this point in his career, Taj is shooting 3-pointers a lot better. Up until this point in his career, he couldn't shoot 3-pointers. He wasn't a stretch 4. Most 4s are stretch 4s now. Like, you're not going to put a 4 on the court that can't shoot in this day and age of basketball. So Taj could sometimes play center, so they move him to 5. But my point is, just because you could do something, just because you could do something some of the times, doesn't mean you're supposed to be doing it all the time. Like that,
James Johnson.
Like that, Taj should not be getting PT over Jericho Sims. And what I hope to see tonight, I don't know if you saw my last live that I did yesterday, and I was talking about what reality versus my expectation, my expectations versus the reality. My expectation is that with Coach saying that everything is on the table, we see more of the young guys, right? That's my expectation, but the reality is, Coach is who he is. If the veterans are available, he's going to play them first, right? And in certain situations, in certain positions, like Alec Burke, if he's healthy, he's getting PT over everybody. Same thing with Fournier. If he's healthy, they get PT over everybody. Like, I don't like it either. I really don't, especially when he's playing bad and having bad nights. Like, play Cam Reddish, man. Play Cam Reddish. Let him get comfortable with not knowing that his time on the court. Because, like, when I watch Cam play now, you can see him pressing, like trying to make something happen offensively so he could get more PT versus just like, playing in the flow of the game. And when he does play in the flow of the game, a lot of good things happen.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Pace means a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think teams gotta rely on a floor general to control the pace, and that's why I'm kind of looking forward to Dragic. I think he's the connection for Steve Nash. Even if Steve Nash is a bad coach and get all of this criticism, he does some things good. And what the bridge that we need from coach to players, I think Dragic brings that. And the significance of me saying that is when there's no floor general, sometimes you got talent out there, but they don't know what to do. If the coach is not drawing up plays, he's just saying, all right, give it your 100% effort. But who's making the X and O's to draw up the pick and rolls, the back screens, the cut? I need you to cut. I need you to, you know what I mean? Set the pick. I need you to do this or that and whatnot. And, who's drawing these plays up? And I think that's what we want Nash to do, and a heavy emphasis on ball rotation because he's 4th leader in assists in the all-time NBA. Utilize some of that in your coaching and make sure even if the player is not designed to shoot the ball, he still touches it. This keeps the defense honest. Again, I want to see more enthusiasm out of Nash. I want to see him slam a clipboard, yell at a ref, get your first tech, get kicked out the game. You don't know what that would do. That would rejuvenate all of the support that you want from Brooklyn and Steve Nash. All you got to do is get kicked out the game, yell at a ref for a bad call, and we're going to love you again. I got your back. You know what I mean? I got your back. But as a fan, I do want to see you put more, more pepper in your pot. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like try harder, put more effort in. And take more accountability. I want to hear you say, more we, you know what I mean? More, we could have did this or we could have did that. Don't just put it on the players. What's the players without the coach? Are teams winning without good coaching? Is the championship contending teams, is it contributed to the coaching? Or is it just the players just winning it? You know what I mean? But so that's for debate. But what I will say is that Nash gets a lot of criticism when we lose, and as a fan, I kind of try to balance it out when we win. And yeah, I never focus on coaching this much as a fan ever. And now that I can see the main difference, and I can see why Phil Jackson got the Zen Master name. I can see why, Van Gundy was and Pat Riley was Harold, like you. That's I heard you say that. Was celebrated. Again, coaches, good coaches. You don't necessarily have to be the greatest player, but you look at Tyronn Lue. He gets a lot of criticism. And I thought he did well without his main talent. Paul George and Leonard went down, and they was able to still scrape some wins up. And that's what I want to see from Nash. I want to see you coach us to a win without the superstars, is what I'm getting at. At least one or two. You know what I mean? Show me that you could, you know what I'm saying, rival with your coaching intelligence, your coaching expertise. You know what I mean? Show us what you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Leave it all out on the floor. You ask KD and the rest of the Brooklyn Net players to leave it out all on the floor. You want the same for you, Nash. So yeah.
I don't, to kind of change the topic a little bit. I don't know why y'all so hype about this Dragic signing, bro. Like, yo, like he's literally the same situation Kemba Walker is.
I'm gonna tell you.
He's literally the same situation Kemba Walker is. He only played 5 games this season, bro.
Nah, no, he's not.
He's been sitting on the bench the whole time because he's a shadow of himself. He's not the guy that y'all think y'all getting, bro. He's not. Yeah, and then what makes it even more funny, what makes it even more funny is the fact that y'all put him in pictures with the likes of Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons. Like he's that guy. He's not that guy anymore, bro. He's not.
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know if y'all know he's not. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell, because when Nash was playing his best basketball as a player, he came in as a rookie. And that mentorship of Nash having some kind of a coaching energy came from when Dragic was a rookie. He groomed him. He played 3 years with Dragic. So that's why I'm excited, because of the camaraderie for the bridge of the coaching of players. I think Dragic is going to be an extension from Nash to the players on the floor. And we're going to see that in the locker room and on the floor as well.
Bro,
that's why
that has nothing to do with his physical ability at this stage of his career.
Bro, he hit 7 3-pointers in the playoffs last season. Like, bro, that's impressive. Kemba ain't do that.
Kemba didn't even play the playoffs. He played like 1 game in the playoffs. But exactly. What I'm saying is this. Well, Kemba dropped 44 this season. Did Dragic do that? No. So what are you talking about?
Only played 5 games and he got cut because the Raptors said they want to go a youth route. So
and when you look at Dragic's numbers last season, he's not that guy anymore, bro. Physically, he's not that guy. His skills are very much diminished. You feel me? Very much diminished. And I just don't. The way that y'all Harrelton is signing, like y'all just signed like Dragic in his prime, I just find it funny. Do I think it's a bad pickup? Absolutely not. I don't think it's a bad pickup. I think it's okay. You feel me? He does cover a role. You feel me? He does cover a role, but y'all, the way y'all like, oh my God, we got Dragic. I'm like, all right, bro, you realize he's really not that guy like that. We don't need him to be. And it's gonna be a struggle for y'all. And my point is this: it's gonna be a struggle for y'all to get 10 out of him. That's my point. He's not that guy no more.
I think again, he's more important for not getting turnovers. As long as he could come over and protect the ball, even though the games that we've been losing, this is the difference from Harden being there and Harden not being there. We get more shot attempts now that Harden is not there as a team because of how the turnovers plagued us prior. You know, Harden, he would have these magnificent numbers. You look at his stats and say it can't be him. But if you watch the games, like I said, watch the games, you see the tempo change of the team when the turnovers happen. It takes sometimes the turnovers take the all of the gas out of the team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, now this team went on a run because we turned the ball over. So yeah, I think Dragic protects the ball better than the Harden. He won't have numbers the same way as Harden had, but I think we need him to protect the ball, be low on the turnovers, and okay with the assists. He don't have to be dominant like a Harden, but as long as he keeps the turnovers low, we gonna be all right. Kendrick Lamar voice, man. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but my whole point, what I was saying is that
Jay Fluky talking spicy.
My whole right now. That's not even you. How do you know he hasn't played? What are you talking about? How do you know?
Kemba quit, man.
He didn't just quit. How you say that he quit when clearly the statement says that he's resting his body for next season? Like that, see, but when statements come out from your camp, you believe it to be gospel. But when the Knicks make a statement, it has to be bullshit because you don't agree with it. That's crazy. You feel me? The team is saying,
I ain't saying it's bullshit. I'm saying, I'm saying it's a high risk.
I just told you earlier the fact that it's all roads are pointing that this is more medical than anything, and then you say he quit. Like, so what you just said he quit after I told you that all points are leading to this being medical. So that makes me believe that you saying that you call him bullshit on the statements that's being released from the New York Knicks.
I don't see I don't see what y'all was last year to this year. I see chaos there. They could say anything, and it could be bullshit. I don't know, but I don't listen. I feel like for Randle for one, it's too much.
I can't even hear what you're saying because you're breaking up again.
I don't know. What about now? You can hear me now?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, it's coming in and out. I hear it. But I feel like there's a lot of chaos in that locker. They're supposed to get playing time, not getting playing time, and there's some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brung everybody back the same way Atlanta kind of did. It added 2 pieces. And both of y'all not looking good. Atlanta looking a little better, but y'all like neck and neck. Y'all might be fighting Atlanta for a play-in spot this season. I'm not sure, but it's really close. Like it's too close for comfort. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, how could you even talk about chaos in a locker room when all the shit that just happened in your locker room? Like, how are you talking about chaos in locker rooms? Now, there's a difference between chaos in locker rooms. Look, there's a difference between chaos in locker rooms. Chaos in locker rooms, what happened with the hardest situation with y'all, and pieces not fitting. Those are 2 different things. Those are 2 different things. You feel me? Chaos in the locker room. No, that was chaos in the locker room, bro. That was chaos in the locker room.
It was. Harden was chaos in the locker room, and he didn't fit. He didn't fit because he felt like all offense had to facilitate to him.
But when you hear the Knicks talk about each other and the players and the coaching staff, everybody likes each other. Everybody is working for the common goal. It just hasn't been working so far. You feel me? So I don't think it's chaos in a locker room as far as it just being a bad season. You know, players getting off the horrible starts. The coach making some questionable choices when it comes to rotation management. Like, those are the things but chaos in the locker room, that's ridiculous. You feel me? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. Y'all in 12th seed right now, so y'all not technically out the playoffs, but I don't know, man. Y'all last 10 games, y'all 2-8. We 2-8 too. Uh, shit, it's crazy. You know what's funny? In February, y'all the only team we beat. Y'all the only team we beat, bro. Like that shit is crazy, yo. Yo, we 2-8 in the division. We 7-3. That makes us strong going into the playoffs. The fact that we 7-3 in the playoffs. I mean, in the division, and in the conference, we 21-14. I heard someone discussing this the other day about the division and ties. I think it matters. We was told somebody said it don't matter. Some people say it do matter. I think it
It does
matters.
matter as far as seeding go.
Hell yeah, it matter. You know what I mean? So we don't play well at home, but shit, the way it's looking, Kyrie might be playing home games because the mandate might change in March. So that could easily change for us. You know what I'm saying? And as of yet, I don't think we've seen Kyrie, KD, and James Harden maybe once or twice this season, but not much. In totality, I want to kind of get rid of this whole big three just conversation. Like 16 games out of 100 and something games is called the big three. It's only 16 games. We were big three on paper, but not on the floor for the most part.
They was on your roster. Y'all decided to stick with Kyrie, knowing that he wasn't getting vaccinated. So y'all not getting any passes. Y'all was absolutely y'all absolutely still a big three, even though Kyrie didn't play a lot of games because y'all chose that route. You feel me? Like y'all chose that route. It's not like this was something that was magically thrust upon y'all. Y'all knew what the consequences of Kyrie not getting vaccinated was going to be going into the season, and y'all chose to stick with that. Not saying that it was right or wrong. I'm just saying we're not going to give you a pass that the big three didn't play a lot of games together because Kyrie wasn't vaccinated. It's still a big three. He was still on your roster.
Yeah, you could say that, but my thing is, I'm more mad at Harden than Kyrie. I'd rather have Caris and Jared next to KD for majority of the games more than I would want Harden. And I'm glad Sean Marks redeemed himself by getting Seth Curry.
What? No, I'm not letting you get away with that, bro. Because when I was telling you how pivotal it was for y'all to have kept Jared and Caris and Harden trade, you was talking about, we got James Harden. We don't need them. Yes, you was. Bro.
Never. Find the footage.
Yes, you was. I will.
Find the footage.
I will, bro, because
I got a whole rant telling before I did this podcast, I had a whole rant talking about I didn't want the James Harden trade because of me seeing the development of Caris and Jared. It was really no knock on Harden. It was more of the fact that I'm seeing this team, and I felt like KD and Kyrie was attracted to the Brooklyn Nets because of Caris, Harris, Spencer, and Jared. Nothing to do with James Harden. James Harden, in my opinion, fucked all that up.
You talk about pre-Harden trade. I'm talking about post-Harden trade. You feel me? Like you probably did see all that pre-Harden trade. Caris, bro. But
I was happy for Caris.
When James Harden came, all that shit that you was talking went out the window. It was all about we got James Harden. It's scary hours now. Get out of here, bro. Now you would have rather kept. Get out of here.
I never. There's no content with me preferencing James Harden over Caris and Jared. You won't find the content. Yo, trust me when I tell you. Even until this day, I still prefer to have Jared and Caris. We only save Caris' life. So I guess that was the significance of the trade, beneficial for me because I got love for Caris LeVert. I used to call him CL Smooth. You know what I'm saying? So my point is that he's beloved in Brooklyn, him and Jared. You know what I mean? Case in point is I felt like what Harden did now that everything is all over. He forced his way out of Houston without no puns towards him. He forced his way out of Houston. And then when he got here, I feel like he's like, if I don't have my way, I'm taking my ball home type of player. And I don't like that. So I'm glad he's gone. Man. And I hope they lose tonight.
Man, listen,
facts.
Yo,
they play tonight. I hope they lose.
This can't be the same guy that was talking about how James Harden loves to be in Brooklyn and we put a memorial up of him in front of the Barclays. This can't be the same guy. This is not the same guy I'm talking to, bro.
This that's not the same all guy. Those stuff happened. They did put a memorial up there, and he
went. Bro, he went and got breakfast in Brooklyn. He loved it here.
He's a fact.
He went and got breakfast in Brooklyn.
But these are facts that. These are facts that James Harden, he came and played, but he shows talent, not heart. That's a difference. It's a difference between showing talent and showing heart. And James Harden showed that he could play with the best of them talent-wise, but if his head not in the game, you're gonna see it. Again, my thing with him is it don't matter if you just knock down the 3-ball, if your opponent, the guy you're guarding, could come down and just knock down the 3-ball right in front of you. You don't even contest his shot. And again, the heavy emphasis on the way we were winning basketball was playing defense. And that was because of Jared Allen and being next, and Nick Claxton being next to Jared Allen. That's why we didn't put Nick Claxton on the trade block, even though they spoke on him going to the Raptors, but we kept him because we know we needed him. James Harden messed up a lot of what we had going on, and we just getting back with Drummond and Steph Curry. It's smoke with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets because of what James Harden did. Excuse me. He said we wasn't even his first choice. Like, he couldn't go to Philly right away because I for whatever reason, maybe they didn't call the tampering. You know what I'm saying? For the GM to leave and bring the number one player in Houston with him to Philly. So he used us. He used us and he messed up our championship run. So it's forever smoke. It's forever smoke with James Harden.
Fluke is funny because it's true.
Y'all in 12th place, man. I don't understand what's so funny, man.
What Big Fan Breezy said? He walking down a yellow brick road. He trying to find courage. He ain't got the cojones.
Yeah, we gotta see him out there. Man. We gotta see him out there.
But James Harden is the one who ain't got heart.
James Harden, he a quitter, man. My thing is, you're not that much of a superstar if KD is out and you can't win us one game. Either you ain't got the heart to play to want us to win, or you ain't got the talent. Either one of the two. I feel like when I looked at his stats when we were losing, he wasn't playing up to his full potential.
Let's put a pin in that right there, because Kyrie Irving was in the same position that James Harden was and lost a lot of games when he was the only superstar. Same way. So does Kyrie Irving don't have the heart? By your logic just now?
No, it's different. Kyrie wants to play here.
But no, you just said if you're a superstar and you can't win one game without KD, that says a lot about you. Kyrie Irving lost in that losing streak. A lot of that was on Kyrie's head.
Nah, how it's gonna be a lot on his head when half of the games is there and half of them are not.
Bro,
so it can't be more on Kyrie than James Harden.
My point is he's a superstar, and y'all lost a lot. Y'all lost a lot to low-level teams in that stretch with Kyrie Irving on the court. Yeah. So that my point is the same way you put place in that James Harden didn't have heart because he couldn't win.
No. You're mixing my words up. I'm not saying.
I'm not. That's exactly what you said.
I'm saying you're not going to let me finish saying what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not going to win games if you don't play with heart. And in my opinion, after everything happened and the smoke cleared, he spoke that truth. That basically his head wasn't in the game. And in my opinion,
your actual and literal words were how you a superstar and you can't win one game without KD. That's what your actual words were. You just said that.
I said James Harden. I don't think that James Harden and Kyrie is in the same boat. I think Kyrie Irving wants to play. And what I'm saying, just so we clear, morale separates players that have the same talent. And Kyrie Irving wants to win with the Brooklyn Nets more than James Harden does. James Harden is not a Brooklyn Nets no more, and I'm happy. Kyrie Irving is still a Brooklyn Nets, and I'm happy.
all that fluff that you're saying right now is fine and dandy, right? But I'm talking about the specific part, right? The specific part where you said you can't have much heart if you can't win one game and you call yourself a superstar without KD. And I said, but what about Kyrie? Because the same thing happened. If you're going to use that as as one of your benchmarks of having heart, not being able to win a game without KD, I'm saying, how does Kyrie not get that same check next to his box? You feel me? Because that's what happened.
I'm saying Kyrie wants to play and win here. James Harden wasn't playing with heart like he cared about winning. That's what I'm saying. James Harden is a stat guy. Like, I'm going to get my numbers, whatever. Kyrie, in my opinion, separates from James Harden because even though he may have been losing games without KD, he still gave it his all. Not like James Harden. Kyrie Irving, you play with heart regardless of the win-loss. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that James Harden went on a losing streak and then like forced his way out of the Brooklyn. Like basically, if KD never got hurt, I don't see him forcing his way out of Brooklyn. KD got hurt. Now all of a sudden, and he want to leave Brooklyn.
No,
that's not no heart.
That's not all of a sudden. That's not all of a sudden because these rumors that he was going to Philly started before the season even started. We started hearing that James Harden wanted to go to Philly before the season even started. It didn't take a losing streak or KD to get hurt. He already said that he didn't want to be there in the first place. So, bruh, and as far as him being a
he could have left the offseason though. Oh,
as far as him not being a stat guy and not care about winning, bro, James Harden been putting up numbers and winning a lot of basketball games when he was in Houston. Had them at the top of the West for many years, putting up numbers. You feel me? So my thing is, Brooklyn just wasn't the place for him. he hated it.
James Harden. Yo, trust me when I tell you, 99% of the fans in Brooklyn
now
don't care that James Harden left because what we got back in return is better than what he is.
That's like getting dumped. And after you get dumped saying, oh, I didn't want to be in that relationship anyway. That's how y'all sound. Because after James Harden said he didn't want to be a Brooklyn Net no more, that's when all of y'all started talking about good riddance. We didn't want him. We don't want him. Y'all wasn't saying none of that before he decided to force himself to get traded. That was not.
I never wanted him from the beginning. I can't speak for every Brooklyn Nets fan.
That's so much
when they was talking, bro, find the footage. And I'm gonna find the footage and I'm gonna post it. It was one of the biggest vlogs I ever did was when the trade actually happened, and it showed my rant on why I was upset about him coming here and losing, keyword, losing out on Jared and Caris, and that's what happened. So we're going to see them March 10th. We might see them in the playoffs. It's a rivalry. We're going to smoke them. Like, we won the trade. Our GM is better than Morey. He's better than the Philly GM. And he showed it in just now at the trade deadline. He showed it. And my thing is, bro, I can't do nothing but be enthusiastic as a fan because we were losing and we needed something to happen for us to feel confident like we're going to go forward and win games. And Sean Marks did exactly what was necessary. Got that cancer out the locker room named James Harden. And now we got Seth Curry, Drummond, two players that don't have a championship that got something to prove. And Ben Simmons got something to prove. Everybody that's on the Brooklyn Nets roster got something.
The disrespect, right? The Brooklyn Nets fans are showing James Harden. They act like this man didn't run out on the court with a bad hammy. He could have packed it up. He tried to play for you guys in the playoffs to help you win because he knew KD needed some kind of help, even though he was injured and could have possibly further injured himself in the playoffs. And now you're saying he doesn't have heart? The disrespect. You don't want to play.
Not for Brooklyn.
I wouldn't want to play there either.
No
look at the ungratefulness coming out. What you speaking right now?
Bro,
this dude ran on the court in a playoff game after he pulled a hammy. I don't know if you know how painful. I don't know if you know how painful hamstring injuries are, Playboy, but they very painful. And he still tried to give it a go because he knew KD needed some kind of help on the court. He could have packed it up. He could have packed it.
Genuine actually making him out to be. I think he did that for money, for the bag, for selfish reasons.
What?
Not because he wanted to help KD. I don't feel like that. I did feel like that. I did feel like he wanted to help KD, but after this,
you know how little sense that makes? Do you know how little sense that makes? Him actually playing with a hamstring injury does more than helping him get the bag. Like, because if he's further injured, he's not going to get the bag. But he put it on the line.
Knock.
He put it on the line to help y'all to try to help y'all win a basketball game.
Nah, he did that to save his own bag. No, he did that to save his own face because everybody know when it come down to the playoffs and James Harden is always a negative connotation alongside James Harden in the playoffs, and he did that to save face. Yo, trust me, bro. I'm just saying this. Brooklyn Nets fans is not mad that James Harden is gone. We're happy, bro. We are happy he's gone.
That is cat, bro.
Happy.
To say that, how does him playing through an injury saves face? Nobody was going to criticize him for not playing, for having a hamstring injury. That doesn't even make sense.
I'm talking about for himself. He has no success in the playoffs, and he didn't want to get this far and blame it on injury. So I feel like he's selfish. I don't think he's sincere or genuine. I don't. It's not.
That doesn't even make sense, bro. Yo, what you're saying right now really doesn't make sense,
bro. I'm not saying it for your. Bro, I'm not saying it for your validation. I'm saying it to tell you that I don't think he's sincere.
For my validation. I'm going to tell you it doesn't make sense.
Bro, I don't think James Harden is sincere or genuine of wanting to play with the Brooklyn Nets. And his heart is not in Brooklyn. It's not. It's all cap that he got love for Brooklyn. It's not. He don't have love for Brooklyn, and we want to smoke.
It's mad funny.
On March 10th,
bad
if
funny.
we see him in the playoffs, we're going to smoke him again. But
this is hilarious.
Y'all lost 8 games in February, but you talking about the Nets like y'all ain't got problems. Y'all lose this game, y'all might be out the playoffs.
Here we go pivoting again. I wasn't done talking about James Harden because of the fact of the matter is, when we was talking to y'all and telling you that James Harden was going to get traded and he wanted to get traded, you was telling us no. That was you telling us no. That he didn't want to get traded. He wanted to be
backing Harden.
Now.
That's my thing. I said anybody that
this dude is hilarious.
That's a Brooklyn Nets. I always back them. I said that. I'm not stopping everything I say. So
now after that, it comes out that he doesn't want to be a Brooklyn Net. Now you never wanted him. Oh my God, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. The flip-flopping that's happening before our eyes. No, it's hilarious. You flip-flopping like a pancake.
I said that before. Nah, that's no cap. I said that before he even got here. I never wanted him. It's just a fact. Shout out to Alex. He said we need to just move on from James Harden as a net fan. We just need to see how it all works when we on the court. Our future is bright. Exactly. This is why he's the past. Like, far as news is concerned, if we just lost James Harden because, I don't know, we didn't get nothing in return, bro, we lost 2 players that didn't want to play. Paul Millsap was calling out of work every other day. So when Paul Millsap and James Harden got traded in a package deal for Drummond, Curry, and Simmons, trust me, we happy, bro. Ain't nobody losing no sleep over no James Harden. Bro, I'm this close to saying F James Harden, but it ain't like that. All I'm trying to tell you is James Harden is not, his heart is not in Brooklyn. I thought it was. He hurt us. You know what I'm saying? He hurt us. He went on he's part of a losing streak. We will always remember James Harden for leaving after an 11-game losing streak. That's how I remember him. Because I never seen the player do that. I never seen a player leave a team after he's part of the losing streak like, peace. Like, all right, we're going to see you March 10th. It's on, bro. It's on. I can't wait to play the 76ers, man.
You should remember him as somebody who put it on the line in the playoffs when after he pulled his hammy. That's what you should remember, but that's neither here nor there. You feel me? Yeah, you can feel how I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how to mend your hurt feelings, bro. But go ahead, be great.
Man, y'all traded Ewing. Y'all traded Mark Jackson for Charles Smith. Y'all off-season trades are the worst. Y'all one of the most ball clubs that make the most money, but do the worst transactions on the off-season. Y'all get smacked by Chicago for the 90s, but then y'all hire Phil Jackson to run shit. Detroit been doing y'all dirty, but then y'all make Isaiah Thomas y'all head coach. Like, what the hell do the Knicks be thinking in the off-season? It's always some bullshit about going forward with winning, but y'all don't make smart decisions. They bad decisions. And we make better decisions than y'all. And we run the city because of
it. You know why shit you say be bad funny? Because I'm pretty sure that Steve Nash bust the Nets ass a lot of times when he was playing basketball, but yet he's your head coach. What does that have to do with the price of rice in China, bro? Like, you be saying the most outlandish stuff that doesn't correlate.
You're trying to say, like, hold on, let me ask you. Don't run.
It doesn't correlate.
Don't run. Yes, it do. Don't run.
You just said bad stuff. As soon as I start talking, you want to cut me off again, bro. Like, you just said bad stuff.
Smoke that comment. I will swear I'm gonna smoke that comment. I'm gonna remember that comment until you finish and then smoke it.
Yo, you know, it was mad funny that you just started deflecting again off the main issue and talking about stuff that doesn't matter about anything. You feel me? Like, you know, Patrick. As far as Patrick Ewing get traded, I'm not mad at nothing. As far as I'm about to answer some of those things. As far as Patrick Ewing get traded, look at his numbers the next season after he got traded. Go ahead, go do your Googles. You feel me? Because the only reason why people are so upset at that trade is not because of the actual production. It's because of sentimental value.
Exactly.
You feel me? But it wasn't. But as a business person, Patrick Ewing didn't want no sweetheart contract. He wanted some bread. You feel me? Like, and that's that never gets talked about. That a player of Patrick Ewing's stature, even though I love Pat, greatest Nick of all time. You feel me? I love Pat, greatest Nick of all time. But a player of diminished skill, 2 bad knees, just tore an Achilles, 36 or 37 years old, wanting the bag. It's like, bruh, as a business owner, you have to move on from that model. It hasn't worked. You feel me? And now I'm going to pay top dollar for a guy whose skills are diminished. Like, I wish that both sides could have came to an agreement so Pat could have retired a Nick? Absolutely. But do I think it was a bad business choice to not pay Patrick Ewing a big chunk of money after he's 36 or 37 years old? 2 bad knees and a tore Achilles? No. No. You feel me? And these are all things that I explained already before. I said, as far as the Isaiah Thomas thing, who knew Isaiah Thomas was going to stink that bad as a coach, a GM, and a president? Like, one of the 50 greatest players of all times. He walks in the James Dolan office, start talking basketball. What, James Dolan not knowing shit about basketball? Absolutely, he's gonna pull up and hire Isaiah Thomas. You feel me? What I don't agree with is how long Isaiah Thomas' tenure was as part of the New York Knicks organization. That didn't make any sense, right? But you said something else too. But you say a lot in such a short period of time that doesn't really correlate with each other. But yeah, go ahead,
bro. You could try to discredit what I say after I say, but you're not disproving it. So what I will say is this: when it comes down to organizations in this century, in the 2020 to 2030, we're gonna be the dominant, and it's easy to see. And I'm talking about GM for GM. I'm not even talking about the players. I'm talking GM for GM. Sean Marks is making better moves than your GM, whoever the hell he is, Worldwide West or Leon Rose or whatever you want to call him. Ours GM better than yours, because when it come down to it, you could talk all that salary cap. To me, it's all bullshit. Why do fans care about salary cap? You love talking about salary cap. Who gives a fuck about a salary cap?
It determines who you can and cannot sign. What do you mean?
Why does a Knicks fan matter when y'all pay low bucks for Kemba Walker and he fucked y'all playoff run up? He fucked it up, bro. Y'all could say, "Oh, I'm capping or whatever." Y'all went to the playoffs without Kemba. Y'all went to the playoffs without Kemba. The next season, y'all doing dramatically worse.
earlier in the podcast already proved that it was more than just Kemba Walker. Why we not going to the? Why we struggling right now? Right?
It's Tibbs' fault
you feel
too.
me? So it's a lot more than just Kemba Walker. So now, as far as you talking about, y'all gonna be dominant because
no. Hold on, let me finish my point. My point was salary cap wise, y'all got money, but for what? Who gives a fuck if y'all got money when y'all don't spend it on who y'all should pay? Y'all paid Evan Fournier $78 million. And what happened? Y'all not winning games. Y'all won 41 games in the 72 game season. Y'all won't even win 41 games in the 82 game season in the very next season. Y'all wasted money, wasted y'all whole season. Fucking played Rose until he got hurt because Tibbs, that's what he do. Did it to Rose. You say he gonna do it to RJ. He did it to RJ.
That's not why Rose got hurt this year.
So why he got hurt?
He is an ankle injury. It's not something. It's like spraining or twisting his ankle or something like that. It's not because of overusage. Like, chill, bro. You that's major cap right there. Okay, finish because I'm about to. Yeah. Okay, you done? Are you done?
Well, go ahead. I was going to get into a comment a fan said, but go ahead.
Because I want to address what you just said. So as far as the Sean Marks thing goes and how y'all going to be dominant, bro, Sean Marks is making a lot of right now moves, bro. Most of your moves is benefiting you for trying to win right now. As far as being dominant for the next 10 years, he better go dig up some more draft picks. He better go dig up some more draft picks.
We got two
out of the 7 that y'all gave away. That's
not really play y'all draft picks at all.
What does that have to do with the price of rice in China? What I'm talking about, see, look, that's how you deflect.
Cam Thomas is the best rookie in NYC. No. I answered your question. Cam Thomas is the best rookie in NYC.
You didn't answer my question because I didn't
ask the question. Build around the rookies we got last season.
Here you go trying to cut me off and deflect again. You feel me? But the fact of the matter is, y'all gave away 7. Who's scared of you? I'm talking. You only person that looks scared right now is you because you won't let me talk. You feel me? This is the only person who's looking scared right now. Well, the fact of the matter is, y'all gave up 7 and only got 2 back. Y'all trying to win now. You feel me? And for your statement, which is going to be dominant in the next decade, having 2 first-round draft picks out of the next 7 years doesn't bode well for your statement of being dominant in the next decade. And as far as your comment goes about why do fans care about salary cap, it determines who you are able to sign. That's why it's important, especially for a team like yours. By the time if y'all re-sign Kyrie Irving, when y'all re-sign Kyrie Irving, those 2 players put you over the salary cap. You feel me? So now you have to continue to rely, and Ben Simmons contract. Y'all already over the salary cap with those. So now y'all have to rely on supporting cast members wanting to play below their market value to come to your team, because you don't have the draft pick to pick up players in the draft. You don't have the salary cap to sign top level supporting cast at their market value. You have to hope that guys will come to play for the Brooklyn Nets for below their market value, i.e., a Patty Mills taking way less than what he's actually market value price is. Same thing with Blake Griffin. Like, you have to hope that guys like that are going to take less than what they're worth to come and play for your team, because your salary cap is trash. So all of this, and
we could build with them.
Again, y'all still going to have to try. Y'all going to have to try to scrounge up more draft picks. That's my point. Y'all have to scrounge up more draft picks, because in the next 7 years.
Why do you keep talking about draft picks when Tibbs don't play his draft picks?
Bro, first of all, again, what does that have to do with your statement of Sean Marks being dominant for the next 10 years? That doesn't have nothing to do with what we're debating right now. What Tibbs in the Knicks, that does have nothing to do with Sean Marks. That's my point. This is you deflecting again.
He's just going to dominate y'all regardless.
This is.
I'm going to tell you my point.
This is
Bro, you spoke for bad long, bro. This is what I be talking about, you deflecting, bro, because we're talking about your statement of Sean Marks supposedly being a dominant, the Nets being dominant for the next 10 years because of Sean Marks. But now you're talking about Tibbs not playing his rookies. What does that have to do with Sean Marks being dominant for the next 10 years? It has nothing to do with it. And that's my point, is you be deflecting. And now let me finish. Thank you, because I was not done. You feel me? I was not done. When you was talking, I put down the microphone and everything to let you finish for this moment right here. You feel me? Because I'm dissecting everything that you just said about how, because let's go back to, damn, got to run down my list again because I forgot where I left off, which you cut me off. Let's go back to you not only having 2 first-round draft picks in the next 7 years. Let's go to you being over the salary cap, so that's going to hamper your ability to continuously sign supporting cast. Yeah, and the fact that what Sean Marks is doing, I give him credit for doing what he has to do to try to win now. Absolutely. He did a good job. I'm not knocking him on that. But for your statement to say that he's making moves for y'all to be dominant for the next 10 years is absolutely false. Absolutely false.
Bro, our draft picks are more essential than y'all draft picks.
Not really.
I'm trying not to be long-winded because you're saying I'm cutting
not
you
really.
off, so I'm being careful. Cam Thomas is more effective than Quentin Grimes. Day'Ron Sharpe is more effective than Jericho Sims. DDJ is more effective than Deuce McBride. Kessler Edwards is more effective than Deuce McBride and Jericho Sims and Quentin Grimes. Like, bro, we did exceptionally well with our draft picks last season in the offseason. So my point is, those were steals. As far as rebuilding outside of KD, Ben Simmons, and Kyrie Irving, we trust Sean Marks. I don't need to be long-winded. We trust Sean Marks, and Sean Marks we trust.
So as far as you talking about your rookies, let's be perfectly honest about the situation. A lot of the reason they're getting PT, right? A lot of the reason they're getting PT is because of y'all roster situation. Because before, when y'all roster was intact, they weren't getting any PT, and you were sitting on Who Run the City and the Big Fan Breeze with the Brooklyn Net vlog thing and play the kids, begging for them to get PT, bro. So let's not act,
the first quarter of the season,
So let's not
20
act.
games.
Let's not act like, and that's when y'all started having the roster issues. Let's not act like he wasn't forced to play those guys. You feel me? Like his hand was forced, and his hand is still kind of forced to play those guys because you're still not at full strength. You feel me? So let's not act like he's just playing them because they're just so much nicer. No, he's playing them because they have no choice. But Quentin Grimes doesn't necessarily have to get PT, but he earned his way to getting PT.
Bro, earned it over who? Kemba? Who? Alec Burks?
They don't even play the same position. Absolutely over Alec Burks, because you know why? The fact of the matter is,
bro, that ain't hard.
Whether we agree with it or not, Coach Tommy T still believes Alec Burks is one of his best choices. And I don't agree with that. But Quentin Grimes played at a level that made him have to be able to get PT.
Shout out to Taj Cooper.
And here comes Taj Cooper.
1% chance for making the playoffs. Why are we even arguing?
Here comes Taj Cooper to interject in part of the conversation with something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You feel me?
He said Alex Burks is not a true point guard. Speak to that.
That's fact. That's facts. And I agree with you. I put that one up too. Come on, we both click it at the same time. Pause. You feel me? I agree with that. I've got many of videos on Nixon-ish of me saying the exact same thing. Alec Burks is not a point guard. Alec Burks is not a point guard. I got a tagline that I've been using just because of situations like Alec Burks running point guard and Taj playing out of position at center. Just because you could do something some of the times doesn't mean you're supposed to do it all of the time. And that's my problem. That's one of my major problems with Coach Tommy T, is the fact that he believes that Alec Burks is a really good at running point guard. Like, he literally said it in a post practice interview that this is his exact words, when you dig into the numbers, Alec Burks is still our best choice at the point guard. And I'm like, bruh,
that's crazy.
What are you watching?
He's crazy. Corey Daly says Sean Marks doing better than Scott Perry. That's a fact. I agree with that. You know, I agree with that. My thing is,
all right. So now I want to answer that, and for the sake of winning right now, absolutely. You feel me? Absolutely. That Sean Marks is putting together a team that can compete for a championship right now. But when I'm talking about looking at like the long run situation, I think my front office is doing a tremendous job. Most of our team is under 25 years old. You feel me? Our future star is 21 years old. You feel me? And then you look at the Quentin Grimes pickup. You look at all the assets we have, all the first and second round picks we have coming in the upcoming seasons. The goal for the Knicks is not necessarily right now, and they've been saying that, and they've been saying that before the season even started. They saying that they will the goal for them to be contenders in the next 2 to 3 years. You feel me? And I still think that's a possibility. You feel me? With the right tweaking and a little mix and matching here and there, but.
So crazy. He said just because you got a young team don't mean they're not doo-doo.
Bro. But they not doo-doo. You feel me? The young players are not doo-doo. So that's absolutely false. I understand you hear the crack your hee ha-has, but the fact of the matter is, when you look at my young player, which is RJ Barrett, you can't call him doo-doo. You feel me?
No,
you can't call him doo-doo at all.
He's not saying the players are doo-doo. He's saying the team together collectively is doo-doo.
And I was about to run down so what
you got a question? That's for you.
Yeah. I got you, but I'm still gonna go back to So Greasy. You feel me? So just about the team being doo-doo, that's cap, because again, RJ Barrett not doo-doo, Quentin Grimes not doo-doo, Emmanuel Quickly's not doo-doo, Obi Toppin, he's not getting enough PT, but he's not doo-doo. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. You feel me? And that's the point that I'm trying to make. The young guys are not doo-doo. I think the team as a whole hasn't been gelling correctly. They've been doing better as far as gelling the last few games, even though they ain't correlate into wins, but they've been gelling a lot better lately. And as they grow together as a team, they're only going to get better. That's the importance of them being so young, because they have a chance to grow together and develop together. Now, to answer Taj Cooper's a statement. So what's your goal for the rest of the season? All right, so the goal for the rest of the season is just to win as many games as possible. Honestly, I want to see, like, with the injury to Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker shutting down, choosing to shut down, because that's what Leon Rose pretty much said. Kemba Walker choosing to shut down. I want to see some development in some more of our young guys. I want to see some more development with Emmanuel Quickly coming off the bench in the point guard role or starting at the point guard role. I want to see Deuce McBride get some more PT. These are the goals. I want to see Coach Tommy T find a way to get Obi more time on the court. Those are the goals that I want to see. But I do want to see us win as many games as possible. That is definitely, you feel, no grandiose goals of us like, oh, I want to make a playoff run or something like that. No, I just want us to win as many games as possible, and I want us to continue to develop our young guys, because I believe the children are the future. Teach them well, let them lead the way. You feel me? R.P. to Whitney.
I feel you. I feel like at the end of the day, this a losing. It's a failure season from me to you to the Knicks. I think y'all failed this season. But get into Kev comment, and Kev, put whatever you gonna put when you call me. I did not see your calls. For what it's worth, my kids put my phone on silent. You know, when I let them hold my phone, they put it on silent. And trust me, I'm here. I'm not really looking at the phone as in, oh, I seen it ring and then answer. Your smoke is too It's not cigarette smoke. Your smoke is like it's a little poquito smoke. You know what I mean? It's poquito fuma. It's poquito fuma, man. I mean, not worried about your smoke, man. We're not worried about that little bit of smoke. So put your comments in there, and I will highlight your comments. But to speak to what you said, yes, we lost 11 games straight. There was no leadership there besides James Harden, and I seen KD win with the rookies. I didn't see James Harden win with the rookies. So I hope I answered your question with that. Because we got KD signed to extension, not Harden. We got the better out of the trade situation. So I'm not worried about the rookies. I want to see them compete. Even if we didn't win, even if in that 11-game loss streak we lost, I like that we competed. Nick Claxton had his career high with 27 points. Cam Thomas scored like 31, I think, one of those games. And Day'Ron Sharpe had a few good games. So, yeah, the losses are bad. Trust me, they're all bad. But I took some good from it, from what I seen with the rookies, because they competed. And as long as they compete, I like what we got going on. We could build with them because that shows you can't teach a player to compete. You know what I mean? You can't teach effort. You know, and these rookies are Kessler, especially Kessler. He got the most starts out of the 4 rookies that we acquired that plays for the Brooklyn Nets for the most part. And I think Cam Thomas next, and then DDJ, and then Sharpe. But all around, I like all of our rookies. And even, again, like I said, as long as they're competing in the game, I'm happy with our rookies. And I feel like in this trade situation, they could have easily been on a trade block, and they weren't. And that's part of the reason why I feel like Sean Marks is going to build with this group, you know, because if he wanted to trade him, he would have did it, especially Cam Thomas. I don't want to hear teams wasn't talking about getting Cam Thomas on a ball club. I know they were. And we made sure that all 4 of the rookies we drafted stayed Brooklyn Nets. So that's why we trust Sean Marks. He's not making hasty moves. The Hard was a kind of a risky move, and it backfired. It hurt us. But he did try to redeem, and he did redeem himself by getting Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and Drummond. So I like that. I like that he did make the mistake and rectified it with the trade, and then had like a buffer. Before the first game he played on Thursday, he had a meeting on Wednesday just to talk to the fans, like a Q&A, and that was dope. So I like how he's interacting with the fans. It gives us hope, like, yo, the ship is going to get patched up. We see we're going to fix the ship, and we're going to continue to sell towards the Land Call Finals and get the trophy there, and then sell back to arounds to do it again next season. Word. Reading some of the comments.
That's a fact, Taj. And I've been saying this. And nobody wants to believe me. I've been saying this ever since.
No, that's a fact.
You know, I've been saying this ever since they got there. I said pretty much that's part of the reason why KD and Kyrie decided to go to Brooklyn, because they knew they could do and get whoever they wanted. They knew they was going to have more control over the front office in Brooklyn than they would have in New York. And then shout out to them. Who you should absolutely want to take control of your destiny. You feel me? Like, so shout out to them for that. But yeah, that's absolutely KD's team.
Charles Scoop on point with his comments, man. Yo, keep bringing them in, man. Bring these comments in. I agree with that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Superstars, they run their team, you know.
So you know, I've been forgetting to mention this on my show and here, but I want to give a shout out to Walt Clyde Frazier for being a double Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Okay. One time as being a player, and another time as being a broadcaster. I absolutely love watching the games where Walt Clyde is commentating. You feel me? Like the game, watching the Knicks game without Walt Clyde commentating feels different. I don't enjoy it as much. You know, I need to hear my swishing edition, bounding and astounding, precocious neophyte. I need all those. I need the lingo to make sure the Knicks game go right. You feel me?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. He's the best. Listen, we got Capper and Chris and Capper, and they're dope. But I'm not gonna lie, Clyde, Walt, when it comes down to this type of announcing and calling the games, I got him up there, man. I got him up there. He one of the best to do it, bro. So shout to him. I respect it.
And you know, the reason why I respect Walt Clyde so much in his announcing ability and respect him at doing his job is because Clyde really wants the Knicks to win. He really wants the Knicks to be good. Wants the Knicks always a Knick, but that never stops him from calling it how he sees it. Like, it's never a time where he's giving biased commentary. He's always giving it 100% straight from his vantage point, and that's. I watch a lot of games and I watch a lot of different home, broadcasts, and I can't say that a lot for a lot of the home team broadcasters. They don't call it straight down the middle as they should. It's definitely always a lot of bias on a lot of these other teams, and I'm not saying they're wrong for that. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong for that, because they are broadcasting for the home team. But I just respect the fact that Walt Clyde calls it straight down the middle. He's been doing it for so long, and shout out to Marlon for checking in on the YouTube. That's very important. Marlon, make sure you hit that like button there too, Playboy, while you're there. You feel me? But yeah, and Walt Clyde is Mr. Put It On, son. He gonna show up in some shit. You might not agree. It might not be for everybody's taste, but he gonna show up in some shit.
Yeah. He even went so far at the 75th anniversary, John, when he had his own jacket.
He said, "Yo, that ain't got enough sauce for
me." I'm putting on my own shit. You know what I do?
That ain't enough sauce for me. Word, that's best to put it on. But shout out to my man Walt Clyde Frazier, 2-time Hall of Famer, and one of the 75 greatest NBA players of all time. Oh, I did have the luxury the other day to actually sit down and watch. Technology is beautiful. Sit down and watch Game 7 of the 1971-72 NBA Finals. Where we beat the Lakers and Wilt Chamberlain. You said something before about Wilt Chamberlain dropping 100 on us, and my clapback was we beat him when it mattered most, and which was the Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You can have that 100. We take the ring, but I'm just saying, to watch Walt Clyde play that game, if they counted steals back then, because they didn't. Steals wasn't a stat that was tabulated back then. If they did, he would have had a triple-double easily. You feel me? Easily. But I think he had like 32, 16, and like I forgot how many rebounds he had. But I know his assist numbers is crazy. I think it was like between 16 and 19 assists in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Tremendous performance, one of the greatest performances of all time. See, you know why So Greasy? You don't care because you can't actually go nowhere and watch a Nets NBA Finals win. That's why you don't care, So Greasy. You can't go nowhere and watch a Nets NBA. That's saltiness, because he can't actually go nowhere and watch an NBA Finals from the Nets where y'all win. You feel me? No matter what time period it was. You feel me? Nobody cares. A lot of people care. Because where I was going, it's one of the greatest final performances of NBA history. You'd be hard pressed to find a Game 7 performance better than what Walt Clyde did against the Lakers in any era. So that's why people do care, because it's one of the greatest finals performances of all time against one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Mr. dropping 70 on people on the regular. Wilt Chamberlain, what are you talking about?
Yo, Marlon said he got to watch some of them classic games, but then you got Corey saying you living in the 30, 40 years ago. He said you wasn't even born for that. Something to that effect.
So my thing is, the reason why Nets fans say these things is because they have none to talk about. So all they could do is be like, "Oh, it's so old." But where is yours ever? That's my point.
I don't care how old it is, but where's yours ever? And I wasn't even doing this to try to shit on Nets. I was just doing this to give my man Walt Clyde, double Hall of Famer, his props. You feel me? Which is well deserved. But since y'all want to take it there into salty man land, you feel me? I think that y'all salty because of the tears y'all cry from not winning the championships. It's getting to y'all bloodstream. It's raising y'all blood pressure. You feel me? Y'all can't. At least I could go and watch it. I could sit there. It's on YouTube. Watch my team jumping up and down in glory and joy from winning an NBA championship. You guys can't even do that. You can't even watch it on YouTube because it doesn't exist. So y'all salty. Man, y'all hear who cares?
Nah, we got. Nah,
so
I
breezy.
think guys like
so
what he said.
You just said Dr. J.
Also,
they was playing with the Harlem Globetrotter basketball. That don't even count in the NBA.
Nah. Listen, the ABA ladder championships might be just as valuable as the NBA championships in the early and before the 3-point line. I'm saying the ABA championships that the Nets got is just as valuable as the NBA championships that the Knicks got because the 3-point line wasn't it didn't come. Y'all didn't win since the 3-point line was there. That's
you know why I said how because. This is really a rhetorical question. When the league that you talk about championships is just as valuable, doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore.
It was a merger. You all know that was a merger. It was a merger. And y'all listen, it wasn't the NBA sought out the ABA. It wasn't like it wasn't the ABA. The ABA didn't phase into the NBA with 4 teams with the Pacers, Spurs, Nets, and Denver. That's a fact. It was a merger, and we were the last. To my knowledge, we were one of the last championship teams in the ABA, and y'all didn't want us to come because y'all didn't want to compete versus real competition.
That's not true. I
control and dominate the market, but y'all was scared to compete against us, bro. Because it is what it is. We gonna see.
Because the reason why we didn't want you here again, like when you think about
dominate,
when you think about what NBA was, the money NBA was garnishing back then when the Nets came here, it wasn't a lot of money. You could go to watch an NBA game for like $5, fam. Like they weren't making a lot of money off of NBA games. You feel me? So to have another team to come in and sit in your market and take food off your table. Oh no, y'all got to pay a tax to be here. You feel me? It's not scared. That's cap.
So what's happening now? We tied the series and now we up 2 games. Y'all can't compete with us no more.
Bruh, what are you talking about? We can't compete with y'all anymore.
I mean, we just came back from a 28-point deficit because y'all couldn't stop us. I mean, was that blamed on the refs? Do y'all blame that last game on the refs?
Who did you hear ever blame anything on a referee?
That was a question.
Here you go grasping at straws again.
No, you blamed the first game that y'all lost on the refs, and I'm asking the second game, do y'all blame that on the refs?
You watch, and you asking a real weird and awkward question because you watch Kev's lives. I know you do. You feel me? And have you heard him or me in the time over a week time say anything about referees? So why would you ask me such a silly question?
Because I want to hear straight from your mouth to say that y'all lost fair square because when y'all lost because of the refs, that's all I heard for weeks until February 15th. Up until February 15th, from November 30th to February 15th, the day before we played, all y'all said was we lost because of the refs. And then after that, it became quiet. Kev said that.
You said y'all. You feel me?
You and Kev the same. Y'all both
No, we not. So what? Just because we both on this, that don't mean I share every opinion that he has. You feel me? Why you capping? You feel me? It's like you say you don't share every opinion with every Net fan. You feel me? Because you're gonna call me probably. Just like you say you don't share every opinion with every Net fan. I respect Kev's opinion. That's why he's a part of Knicks and Ish. But me and him don't agree on everything. And it's been a week time. I've done a number of lives, and you never heard me complain about any refereeing. I complained about our coaching more than anything. You feel me? So get out of here with that weird, awkward question. You feel me?
Like, all right. So so y'all admit that y'all lost because we the better team. Okay, go ahead, Kev.
No, I didn't admit that. Did you hear me admit that? I did.
You see how you start capping?
Can y'all hear Kev through the mic?
First of all,
can y'all hear him?
Can they hear me?
I'm asking T-Tom. T-Tom, can you hear Kev?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so the first thing I said, because this is why you capping, right? Right after we did the recap of that game, I went on your page and did a live, and literally you saw it, but you want to front for the book and for everybody else like you didn't see it, but you saw when I came up in there humbly giving y'all props and I gave y'all roses. But you won't say that. That part you won't say.
No, I'm talking about T-Time.
No,
you said the first game.
No, you said, and I said the first game. The first game, the refs had a lot to do with it, and I gave you proof. And I gave you proof. I didn't give you the proof. I didn't give you the proof.
Bro, we debated.
Did I? Hold on.
I seen your so-called proof. Yes, I seen.
No, there was no so-called proof. There was no so-called proof. I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. The NBA came out with that. I didn't go and write that up. So there's no so-called proof. That's facts. Now the second game, y'all won. And I literally went in there and said, yo, we gave y'all that game. Y'all came back.
We took it from y'all. What do you mean you gave it to us? We took it.
Because, no. You didn't take anything. The thing is that we got too comfortable. You see, this is how I know y'all didn't watch the game like that. Because if you would have saw the game, you would have seen how we got mad comfortable and started chucking up shots, and we stopped being aggressive like we was busting your ass in the first half. So in the second half, we came out flat and we started shooting up shots that we shouldn't have been doing.
I know.
But see, I'll let y'all tell it. I'll let you tell it because I know you like to front for the book and all that. And the second question was, I'm gonna let you go with this one before I say the next one. The Knicks still run.
What was your question? But go ahead. You said you had a question too.
When will you demote Steve Nash?
Yeah, you too, Kev. Listen, man, I think Jacque Vaughn could have got the starting job when Kenny Atkinson left. Shout out to Kev. I would have gave Jacque Vaughn a coaching job when Kenny Atkinson left. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even have fired Kenny Atkinson, to keep it all the way real with you. But they did.
That was horrible.
They did, and again, the next move for me would have been Jacque Vaughn. We trust Sean Marks. We don't always agree with what he does, and Steve Nash was definitely one of the things we disagree with.
That was your other. And that was your other GM decision, Kevin Durant. GM Kevin Durant decided that to hire Steve Nash.
Okay, I won't even argue that because he probably did. KD, listen, I heard he has something to do with Cam Thomas not being on the trade block. I kind of believe that, but even if it's not true, I do think his hand is in the GM jar. Like, he does have a lot to say. I do agree with that. I won't deny that. I think but it's good. I like the guys that he gets to recruit. They said that he recruited Patty Mills when he was in Team USA. I don't know, but everybody has their recruitment tactics and whatnot, not just KD or the Brooklyn Nets, Well, I don't know who wants to play for the Knicks. I had seen that too. I don't think y'all could attract superstars with Tibbs being y'all coach. I don't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? I think more players that's like you said, we might not have the salary cap to sign these guys, but it seems they will rather play with the Brooklyn Nets opposed to the New York Knicks.
There's a multitude of reasons. You feel me? I'm gonna say this, then I'm about to get bounced. The Knicks pregame is on, and I like to watch the pregame. They got my two-time Hall of Fame commentator Walt Clyde Frazier on the screen right now. You feel me? So there's a multitude of reasons. One, I think it's a different light playing for the Knicks than it is the Brooklyn Nets. And the reason why I say this, if the Knicks went through an 11-game losing streak, they would have been killed. You feel me? Especially with the type of talent that's on that team, they would have been killed. The media would have drug the New York Knicks through the mud, something vicious, right? So that's what I mean by there's a different light. And two, a lot of players are wanting to play with the Nets now because they see that it might be an easy way to a championship. Like this happens. Well, yeah, this happens. This exactly what happened in Miami when the Big Three was in Miami. You started getting former All-Star players going to play for pennies on a dollar for the Miami Heat to get a championship. This happens. You started to see the same thing when Golden State started getting really good. You started seeing, a lot of really good former All-Star players going to play there for really cheap in the hopes of trying to get a championship. And that's what's happening with the Nets as well. You feel me?
Yeah, well, I'll add to that and say,
oh no, that's cap. That's cap, Angelo. It's not the same. It's not the same.
They got the same shit on both teams. Well, listen, that's up for opinion. What I will say is that we still play in New York City too. You know what I mean? And the bright lights is on us as well. You either show up under it or not, like Cam Thomas did on Quentin Grimes for the last play of the game. Dagger right in his best defending rookie face. Got cooked. So my point is that we got players that could play under the bright lights. Do ya? You feel what I'm saying? The players that's coming to our team, they know what's to do. They understand the assignment. And again, not to be long-winded, I feel like the urgency is now you got Dragic with the attitude. You said, what benefit is him? He come with the energy of no more excuses. That's for one leadership experience that we need for a vet to talk to the rookies like that and talk to the team like that, kind of be a mouthpiece, an extension for Nash. When Nash don't know how to say, I think a Dragic does know how to say. So I want to close off and say I'm going to troll the Knicks game. I do.
Yeah, I'm hearing nothing you saying.
It's gonna be a good one, and then
I can't hear nothing you saying right now because you was breaking up. You gonna troll what?
I said, when the Knicks lose tonight, I'm gonna troll. If they don't lose, I probably still pull up. If you or Kev, somebody do a recap.
Yeah, I'm doing a recap. Kev, shout out to I don't know if Kev want everybody to know, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But Kev got something going on today. He might not be around, and I just wanna. I don't know if it's okay to say, so I'm not gonna say. But best luck to Kev and everything that he got going on for tonight. You know what I mean? But he might not be around. But if he's around, he's around. You feel me?
Yeah. So shout out to Kevin. Shout out to all of the fans that support the podcast. Shout out to all of the Nets and the Knicks fans too. Shout out to them, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of the fans. And yo, man, this last 20 plus games is going to be exciting. It's going to decide who's in and out these playoffs. And get ready for some great basketball, man. Have a good night. We be back later, man. What could I say?
Word. Let's go Knicks. Let's get this dub. You heard?
All right. We run the city, man.
Cap.